Welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Nick Kinsel.
I'm Tom Hoblin.
And it is Halloween, and we're recording this, so that's why I got on my costume. That's why the boys are dressed up like dead careers of race car drivers. So
Hey, too soon. Too soon.
Yeah,
I'm wearing Dale.
No, I thought you meant too soon for Trevor Bain.
No, Dale's still alive in all our hearts.
That's very true, man. We got championship weekend coming up here, boys.
Can't believe it's over.
Yep, it's already at the end of the season. Another one went by way too fast. Feels like crazy. Yesterday we had 500.
It just feels like yesterday we were literally in. We started, me and you, we were in California week 2, race number 2 of the season, and now here we are. It's over.
Yeah,
like we are here at the end.
But silver lining, we have one of the shortest off seasons in all of the major sports.
Yep.
So it's only like 3 short months until we get to see our guys on the track again.
Yep.
So we got to look out for it.
Throughout those 3 short months, we get a whole bunch of news of where drivers are going to different places. We get previews of paint schemes.
Yeah.
We get so much to hype us up for the season, but it's not over yet, guys. We got one more weekend to go with the Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series, all capping it off to crown a champion in Phoenix, Arizona. So, boys, let's kick it off. We got the Truck Series, 150 miles, 150 laps. Stages 1 and 2 are 45 each, and the final will be a 60-lap sprint. Last year's winner was Zane Smith. Unfortunately, old boy did not make it into the Final Four, but he's in the Final Four in our hearts. That's for sure.
Even if he did win Homestead, he would have been disqualified.
Yeah.
So
yeah, right.
But like, also, could you imagine NASCAR disqualifying somebody to keep them out of the championship rate? Like that would be a big time thing. But again, they'd have to do it. It was blatantly obvious. Anyway.
Bunch of cheaters. But either way, most team wins here. Kyle Busch Motorsports, 6 wins. Most manufacturer wins. Chevrolet with a whopping 17 wins. And our championship 4, we got Corey Heim, Carson Hocevar, Benjamin Rhodes back at it again, and Grant Enfinger to cap it off for GMS Racing, going for one more title. Guys, we got a lot to unpack here with the Truck Series. But Tom, I want to talk to you first. Who is your championship pick? And I want you to make a case for, let's see, make a case for all these drivers and why do you think they'll win?
Okay. So I'll get it right out. I think Carson Hocevar has shown just the best overall year. He's grown a lot in the Truck Series, and matured a lot. And I just feel like when the chips are down, Carson Hocevar is in the right place at the right time. And I feel like he's going to put himself in that right place to win the championship. Corey Heim's been strong all year. Fantastic driver. But he's been kind of in and out of the playoffs and whatnot. Just he shows up or he's running 10th or something. So it's been but he's still consistent enough to get up there. Ben Rhodes has Thor Sport behind him, and they've been here before. They know what they're doing. Strong candidate. And then Grant Enfinger, he's also a champion and he wants to do it one more time for GMS. So he's going to be motivated from that aspect. Because again, he's probably also trying to look for a job next year. We haven't heard anything on what happens to GMS. So all these guys got something to go for. I mean, Carson Hocevar is going to the Cup Series next year. He doesn't want to leave trucks without any major accolades. So they've all got a good chance of doing something good.
All right.
So for my pick, I think it is going to be Corey Heim. I think Corey Heim has been probably your most consistent, probably your best driver in the field, minus maybe a Carson Hocevar all season long. When we look at the end of these races, usually Corey Heim in that 11 truck, they're up towards the front, and I just think for him, he just needs to treat this like any other race. Don't put the pressure on yourself going to race for a championship. Just go out there and drive your race, and good things are going to happen for him. I think they're just going to be fast all night, and I think they're going to have the truck to beat. I think they're going to have to win this race. I know in the past we've seen when Ben Rhodes won his championship, he didn't win the race to win the championship, but I just think that all these guys have to have that mentality. You got to go out here and you got to win it. So I think Corey Heim is that perfect guy, and he's going to get it done on Friday night.
I think of all 3 series, the Truck Series would be the
Yeah.
most capable of having a non-championship 4 driver win the race.
Mhm.
Right.
It's happened a lot.
Yeah, for the other 2 series, I think if you want to win that championship, you better be leading the field to the checkered flag.
Absolutely.
I feel like the last time that happened for Xfinity was like 2017 when Custer won Homestead and Byron won the
Right.
championship.
And then it's never happened in Cup ever since we announced, ever since we started this this playoff format. It has not happened in Cup where a non-championship 4 contender won the race. So
But that makes me want to
that's
get
exciting.
that makes me want to put on my tinfoil hat. So
Right?
I don't know.
A little fishy there.
There's strong drivers in the field, and somehow the championship 4 just happens
somehow
to finish
are
1, 2,
all
3,
4.
5
Yep,
every
yep.
freaking year. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah.
All of
Well,
them.
it's a reason why they're the 4 best drivers of the season, though, boys. Well, throughout the
Right.
playoffs. Yep. But let's get into the. Oh wait, no, I got.
You gotta pick
my
a
pick
gotta
now.
pick a
truck.
pick.
Yep,
You gotta pick a trucker.
My pick for the Truck Series, I gotta go old Benjamin Rhodes, man. Won the chip a couple years ago and had the best post-race press conference I think any of us have ever seen. So drunk and having so much fun in there. But for real, like we know this guy is a true racer. He knows how to get it done. Hasn't really had the hottest season, but he was consistent enough to make it into the Final Four. And this is his time to shine. He always gets really good late in the season, and this is when he'll get it done in the championship. So old Benjamin Rhodes gets it done again 2-time.
Hey, that's the blessing and that's the blessing and the curse of this race. It's like you may not have had the most consistent season, but kind of like we say when we're at super speedways, if you're in the race, you have a chance. If you're in the championship 4, you got your chance to win a championship. So I don't think the other however many races they run in the Truck Series matter. Comes down to this one between these 4 drivers.
Yeah. I would love to see Ben win his second championship. That's just going to come down to, is ThorSport going to give him a truck that he can go out there and compete with? That's just it. They better, because the speed of that 99, oh man, it hasn't really been there. Mm-hmm. So I'm just really hoping that he's the one. They got to put all their efforts into that 99.
He better
give
get
him
something
to compete with.
He better get first pick of chassis and motor.
Oh, he better. Yeah, they got to put all efforts into that.
He better get like Ty Majeski's Richmond truck or something. Like he's got to have. Obviously they're probably going to do this. They're much smarter than we are. But it's probably the most disappointing thing if you get into the championship 4 and then run 16th the whole day.
Yeah, well, with me picking Ben, I'm going for experience. This guy's been in the series for a long time.
Yeah,
and I guess that would make a case for Grant Enfinger as well. Mm-hmm. He's been here before, so pressure not as high as it would be for Corey Heim and Carson Hocevar coming into Friday night.
Just another race. Another race. You got the young guys versus the old guys.
Love to see it, but should be a great race for the Truck Series. Cap it all off. But guys, let's talk Xfinity now. 200 miles, 200 laps for the championship race. Stages 1 and 2 are 45 laps each, and the final will be 110. Last year's winner was Ty Gibbs, up in the Cup Series now. And the spring winner here was Sammy Smith. Most manufacturer wins is Ford, and our championship 4 is Sam Mayer, Nemechek, Cole Custer, and Justin Allgaier. So, Nick, we'll start off with you. Who's your championship pick? And I want you to make a case for all 4 of these guys and why they're going to be a champion.
I mean, this is probably going to be your most exciting race of the weekend Xfinity Series. We've talked about this time and time again, how they always just, doesn't matter what racetrack we go to, they're going to put on exciting racing. And I do like this championship 4 a lot. So my pick is going to be the 00 of Cole Custer. This would just be such a great story for Cole Custer, because losing his Cup ride last year, coming into this year, we all expected Cole Custer to just fire off right off the gates and go rattle off 4 or 5 wins just like that. That did not happen. He did not start off this season really well. But once he got that first win, it just kind of broke it open for him. He's been up front almost every week now. He's consistent. And I think it's going to come down between him and the 20, and I think he's going to outduel the 20, and Cole Custer is going to win himself an Xfinity Series championship as he looks to climb back up to the Cup Series going forward. So now let's talk about the other guys here. Everybody's favorite is probably the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek, and rightfully so. John Hunter Nemechek, we can show up to any racetrack, and he's going to be fast. But John Hunter Nemechek, he likes to shoot himself in the foot sometimes, and that's how he likes to get himself behind. He needs to have a good qualifying effort, and they just can't have any mistakes. He just kind of just needs to go out there and run his race. He is by far the fastest. He's been the best driver in the series all year long. He can't put that pressure on him. He just has to go out there and do his thing, and that's how John Hunter Nemechek would take home this championship. Now we go into the junior motorsports guys. I'll start first with the one of Sam Mayer. It's been a terrific season for Sam Mayer. A lot of growth, I think, that we've seen in him. Getting that first win at Road America really just opened the door for Sam Mayer. He rattles off what he's got 4 wins on the season now. He's come to play. Now, I just think it's going to be the inexperience that's going to play him here at Phoenix, and I just don't think when you look at these 4 guys, that Mayer's going to be that guy, but I could be wrong. And for Sam Mayer to make my case for him is he's just got to get that mindset that he's had when he's gone out there and he's won those races. He proved at Homestead he can win on an oval. He needs to go out and have a performance like that. He's got to take it to these guys if he is going to be your Xfinity Series champion. And then I would say probably the people's favorite. The people's favorite is the 7 of Justin Allgaier. Justin Allgaier, he's been the lifer in Xfinity for the past couple of years now, and he's made it to this level. He's made it to these championship fours at Phoenix, and we've always said, Phoenix, Justin Allgaier, and it just hasn't happened for him yet. He's always usually been one of the weaker candidates for this championship race, but I just don't think that's the case this year. He coming off that win at Martinsville last week, I would put the momentum with the 7 right now. He's won some big races this year when he's needed to win big races this year, and it's good. Nemechek has to be the favorite, but there's one guy I think who could really take it to him. It is the 7 of Allgaier. We've seen this before, so this is going to be exciting, guys. I really do think this is going to be your best race of the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, Tom, who you got winning the championship this weekend for the Xfinity Series?
I'm gonna have to go with the low-hanging fruit and pick Justin Hunter. Who am I saying? John Hunter Nemechek. I'm mixing people. I'm looking at both their names at once. John Hunter Nemechek, the low-hanging fruit. I mean, again, he's been there all year. Yeah, they've had some issues with qualifying and whatnot, but that team, that driver, that pit crew is going to show up at the end of these races. And until somebody else beats him straight out really good, I don't see him having much trouble with this one.
Yeah, a great pick. I gotta go with the 7 car, Justin Allgaier. One of his best tracks. He's won here multiple times, but yeah, like you guys were saying, yeah, he's struggled here for the championship race multiple times. Hasn't really shown up, but I think he's got a lot of momentum on his side going into this weekend, especially after the big shakeup at Martinsville. He's just had a great playoff run ever since it started. So yeah, I think he's got a really, really, really good shot to surprise a lot of people this weekend and take the championship away from Nemechek and Custer, who have been lighting the world on fire a little bit more.
Here's the thing with John Hunter Nemechek. Joe Gibbs Racing has been up here all season long, right? SHR and Junior Motorsports started much lower, but they're coming back up. They're right here now. They're right on the level. And with Austin Hill out of the way, nobody's really been there to challenge John Hunter Nemechek, but he also doesn't know what these guys have. I mean, the last time they were at Phoenix, the Ford and SHR and then Junior Motorsports didn't quite have it yet. Something was off, but now we're back here. We're ready to go. It could look like a completely different race.
Yeah, really could. So excited to see who we will see as a champion this upcoming weekend for the Xfinity Series. Well, let's get into the Cup Series championship race. 312 miles, 312 laps. Stage 1 is 75, stage 2 is 115, and the final will be 122 laps. Last year's winner was Joey Logano, and William Byron won here in the spring. Most team wins here in the fall is Hendrick Motorsports with 8, and most manufacturer wins is Chevrolet with 15 wins. So definitely going to be hard to get past those guys this weekend. But I'm going to be making a case for the Cup Series drivers here. I'm going to be making my pick. I'm going to go for that 24 car, William Byron. He's been the class of the field with him, Martin Truex Jr., except for the playoffs for Truex. But William Byron has been amazing all year, really grown into a driver that belongs into the 24 ride. Just one more thing to cap off. Just keep doing what you're doing. Do what you did in Phoenix this past spring and just kill it, dominate, and just keep doing what you're doing, and he'll be fine making his way into the final, into a championship seat, I guess you would say. And then my case for these other guys, Kyle Larson, champion here a couple of years ago, won the championship at Phoenix. I don't really have much to say. I think the only thing that's going to get in his way is himself. This guy is either one of the best drivers in the world or he'll look like the biggest idiot in the world. So he's just got to stay in that mentality, not screw anything up. And I think he'll be golden, honestly. Just can't let the pressure get to you or just make a dumb mistake like we saw at Homestead or that we've seen throughout the years. So just stay smart. That's what we know Kyle Larson's all about. Ryan Blaney, this guy has just picked up momentum at the start of these playoffs. He's been killing it. Talladega really propelled him, and Martinsville was just the crowning point of that. This guy is the real deal now. I think we can stop comparing him to Casey Kane likeness, that he's like washed up or all this. No, this guy is here to play. And he's going to go for a championship. So I think he's got momentum on his side right now. He keeps that speed up. And if they give him the same setup that Joey Logano had last year in Phoenix, man, oh man, he is going to be fast because he was the runner-up past 2 races here at Phoenix. So he's just got to keep doing what he's got to do, but get one more spot better. And then Christopher Bell, this guy, this is his second Final Four appearance in a row. Another great season by this driver, just super consistent. But I think he's got 3 better drivers to get past right here. He's got a lot of work to do, still young in here. And I think he's got that in him. I really think he does because he works well under pressure. We saw that last year when what they say, he walked it off into the round of 8 and the round of 4. So he's able to do this. He's able to work under pressure and get himself in there. So all these guys have a real strong case to win a championship this weekend. And like we were saying before we even started recording, these guys were running 1, 2, 3, 4 in the spring race. So take a look out for these guys. I think all 4 of these guys, like we say every year, get the tinfoil hat on, Tom, because they are the fastest in the championship race all the time.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fantastic race. You make it seem like Christopher Bell's so far behind all these other guys, and again, if he's right there with them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And he's got the speed, and you got to remember last year he was going into those final pit stops. He was close to the front, if not in the front, and they had an issue where one of the tire changer's fingers got caught behind the wheel.
That's right.
So he knows what it takes to run this race too. After returning after just 1 year. So I think he'll take from that and learn from that. I know Joe Gibbs will want redemption from the pit crew standpoint. These guys get shuffled around so much, who knows who's been where. But that's why I'm going to pick Christopher Bell to win this championship. And it may not be the most popular pick, but I think it's his time. It feels right. And again, he's had an extra week to prepare for this one after Homestead. William Byron struggled last week. I don't know how long that's going to stick in his head. Kyle Larson, it's tough to argue against him. But again, we've said checkers are wreckers. He wrecked 2 weeks ago. He got checkers this past week. So he's going to have to wreck this week, right? And then again, and then Ryan Blaney, he doesn't even, you said he needs to take the 22 setup. He probably could have passed the 22 at the end of last year, and he didn't. I think he needs to just do his own thing, put his head down, and show us why he deserves to be compared to somebody other than Casey Kane.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, I am taking the 12 of Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney's playoff run this year reminds me a lot of Christopher Bell's run through the playoffs last year. They both kind of had the same story as they were solid throughout the regular season, but we want more out of them. But now come playoff time, both of these guys, they showed up. Ryan Blaney with the win at Talladega and then with the win at Martinsville, he's got to be the hottest. He's got to be the hottest driver with the most momentum right now. And then, like Tom was saying, he probably could have won this race in the fall last year had his teammate not been in front of him going for that championship. Ryan Blaney, he's very fast here. And yeah, I just think he's going to take that momentum with him. And I really feel confident that he is going to win his first championship. And I want to see where this takes them into next year. I want to see him win this championship, and I want to see him rip off 5 to 6 wins next year. I want to see him carry this momentum over. I think that would be the best thing for Ryan Blaney because we've been waiting for that. I said it in our review show. We were just waiting for him to elevate to that next level, and I think he's starting to do that now. And I want to see him build on that.
I think Penske would be disappointed if they didn't have 3 multi-winners next year.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't think Ryan Blaney needs to win this championship to go turn it around and win 5 to 6 races next year. He's right there. But again, where has the other 2 Penske cars been?
Right.
And Ryan Blaney didn't even have the best summer because after he won the Coke 600, he could barely crack the top 20 for some of these races. So he hasn't had the easiest of years, but he looks damn good right now. And you hit your streak at the right time. That's more like what we've seen. Again, it's Blaney's hitting a streak as Martin Truex Jr. fell out of the sky. So Martin Truex Jr. laid it all out too fast. Now he doesn't even have a chance to win the championship. So I think Blaney looks really good.
Yeah, I think his biggest competition. I don't even want to say the Hendrick guys. I really don't. Like you were saying, Byron with the struggles, but then again, he won here in the spring. I think Larson's going to be good. I think he's going to finish 4th. I'm calling a 4th place finish for Kyle Larson right now. Christopher Bell, I think he's a scary one here. I think he could be the one that can come out to play, and I would not be surprised at all.
He could surprise everybody.
He could surprise everybody. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he goes out and gets this thing done. This is exciting. I really like this championship for last year. Yeah. Last year's was a little iffy for me, especially with the whole Hale Mellon situation, which Chastain getting in the way that he did. But I want to see a good race. I do not want to see what we've seen at Phoenix in the past year. And I really hope that we're going to see something like Martinsville. We weren't expecting the finish in the racing that we saw at Martinsville. That's what we need to see here because your championship race, your final race this season, should not be a snooze fest like it's been ever since we've moved to Phoenix.
Well, and you talk about these cast of characters. Last year you had the storylines of everybody getting to the playoffs and whatnot, and those 4 guys in the championship 4. Ross Chastain throwing the Hail Mary, however you want to look at that. He pulled off something incredible and instant classic to get in there. Would have been a great storyline to carry that momentum and win the championship. Who else? Christopher Bell in there with the 2 walk-off wins. It would have been an incredible story for him to get that 3rd must win. And then who else? It was Joey Logano who ended up winning, but he didn't do anything. He didn't set the world on fire. It's just like last year was a really disappointing end of the season. This year, I don't think that any of these 4 winning would be like, oh man, well, that's the playoff thing that we do, and this guy didn't really deserve it, but he showed up at the right time. No, I think if whichever one of these 4 guys wins, you'd be like, okay, yeah, that guy deserved to win a championship for maybe for different reasons, but it won't be disappointing like last year.
Yeah,
No.
totally agree. And you know that all four of these guys are just going to be racing so hard to get that championship. 3 guys are going for their first championship, but can Kyle Larson stop them from that and get a second one? I think it's a really good possibility, but good possibility for all these guys to go and do it. So, boys, for any closing statements before we end our final preview show of the season?
Please, racing gods. Please, racing gods. Give us a good one. That's all I want. I really don't want to have to come on the show next week and say that race sucked. I don't want to do it. I'm already starting to mentally prepare myself for having to say that, but I don't want to. So please, racing gods. But yeah, this is good. I love the championship war in all 3 series, and I'm just excited. I want to see who's going to become the next champion here in NASCAR. It's going to be fun.
I will say, for the Cup Series, the one thing that's going to hold these 4 back is the combination of the track and the car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so optimistic that we're going to see a banger of a race. I think we'll see 4 guys giving their heart out and racing with what they can. And then for the weekend in a whole, I'm going to make a bold prediction and say one of these 12 drivers will wreck. I don't know which series it'll be. I don't know what race it'll be. I think one of them will wreck and end their night a lot earlier than we expect them to, which we don't see very often in this one race format. But
you got an idea? You got an idea? Just one driver out of the 12?
I'm thinking like that situation with Gregson at Homestead a couple years ago, where he's leading the race by like a ton. Could you imagine if that was a championship race and the guy just got cleaned out from the lead? Like, I don't know. Looking through this, I'm thinking, I don't know. I feel like Cole Custer may just like get turned or something. It's just, I have that feeling. I know it's not a bold prediction if I can't say anybody specific, but
my pick would be Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer is prone to do stuff like that, and I just really think he's going to let this get to his head. I think he's going to let this pressure get to his head, and I think he's going to do something stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go with his Cup Series clone of Kyle Larson.
Oh, you think it's going to be a Cup guy? All right.
Yeah, maybe. I think Larson is that dumb. He's already got a championship, so.
He wanted to go to the beach in Homestead. Maybe he'll want to go to the desert in Phoenix and take out sand barrels again. But yeah.
Cool. Well, guys, that will about wrap it up for our show. Guys, make sure to comment down below who is your championship pick for the Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series. Going to be an exciting weekend. Make sure you also like our video and subscribe to our channel, and you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram. So for the Stock Car Spectacle, I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Nick Kinzel.
I'm Tom Hoblin. Hi, Uno.
And we'll see you guys next time.